One that you wanted to put on the run sheet, so I'm going to leave this to you, mate. And that is, it's been a bugbear of mine and Terry's for many, many months, but I want your thoughts on the Graham Annesley briefings on the Mondays after Rugby League.
It don't make any sense to me, mate. This is why I wanted to chat about it. It doesn't make any sense to me why he comes out every Monday and, either backs his referees or doesn't back them, whatever he does, right? To me, it doesn't serve a purpose other than bringing attention to these decisions that, okay, look, Rugby League is a game with a lot of grey areas. It's never going to be 100% black and white. We're going to have, things that are deemed this or that every single week. But these Monday briefings do my head in because it doesn't actually help anybody. It doesn't help the teams, doesn't help the clubs, doesn't help the fans, and it doesn't help the referees, I reckon, because, they should be getting their training and they should be understanding what's happening on a weekly basis, whereas at the moment, you see them come out on Friday night with that Tigers-Cowboys game. You see there was a sin bin for... help me out here, Dan. Who was sin binned?
On the Tigers, mate, any Tigers game I put far behind me as possible. I know Clemmer wasn't sin binned.
Yes, Clemmer wasn't sin binned, and that was after an earlier sin bin for a Tigers player, and Clemmer's hip drop was worse.
Was it Val?
Then they come out. Yes, Valentine Holmes. There you go. Valentine Holmes gets sin binned for this hip drop that had mitigating circumstances all over it. Tom Dearden was on top of him and all the rest of it. Clemmer then comes out and goes, the conventional hip drop doesn't get sin binned, doesn't even get penalised. The next morning, the match review committee come out and suspend Clemmer and fine Holmes. And you just go, it just does your head in because the inconsistency is so rife. And then Annesley comes out and tries to explain things, and it's just it's not helping anybody.
No, right. Terry and I have made numerous comments about this, both here and on Outlaws, that it serves no purpose. If you have lost a game in the last minute via a refereeing howler, him saying on Monday, oh yeah, they got it wrong, so-and-so should have won, does nothing good for anyone. It just means that the team that won makes them look silly, makes the referee look like an idiot, excuse my French, and it just upsets fans that probably would have got over it by then unless it was a Sunday night game heading into Monday morning. It's just, every time he goes out there, he breaks it down and he ums and ahs and he points to this and says this and this and blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's his opinion. You ask 5 referees, you get 3 different opinions. That's the issue here. Now, what he is saying is my opinion is the right one. Whether he's got 5 or 6 people that get together in a committee and decide, yep, this was right, this was wrong, or whether Annesley just watches and says, yeah, I'm right. If that's the way, I'm going to start doing that and I'm right. And if you start doing it, you're right. Yeah. It just puts an undue focus. People, rugby league fans, yourself and myself included, get angry. We get emotional. We say things. Next day we move on because we've got another game next week, or we've got other games to cover, or something else happens. And Dan, I need an article. Or Scott, this is happening. Blah blah blah. Then you circle back Monday morning. Oh, by the way, that's right. I was angry about that. He goes out there and he defends his referees, and everyone says, "Oh, he's just backing his boys and girls." Or he goes out there and says they're wrong, and everyone's like, "Well, you're throwing them under the bus."
Yeah, and this is just it, It's at what point do they turn around and go, these Monday briefings serve no purpose. They don't help anybody. They only make fans irrationally angry about things that, as you said, they'd forgotten about. They don't really educate. All they do is throw referees under the bus. And as when you play on a Thursday night and you're 4 days removed from your game, and then Annesley goes, "Oh, by the way, you should have won that." Who's that helping?
No, it's pointless. I know the AFL do something similar, not the press conference and something, because there was a contentious call the other night involved Collingwood. I don't care about that, code of football, full disclosure, but they were quick to come out and say, yeah, they got it right, and everyone's like, of course they did. What are they going to do? Say, oh yeah, sorry, we cost you the game, but there's nothing we can do about it now. It's pointless. Just let it go. Keep it private. Train your referees, and stop making mistakes.
Yeah, I mean, well, as I said, rugby league has a lot of grey areas. It's a tough game to officiate. I get on-field calls being wrong, it happens, and I'm a cricket umpire. I certainly am not 100% success rate. And then even when you look at things at the bunker, I'll say one thing, you'll say the other. There are 50-50 calls. It's a tough sport to officiate. Let's just move on and accept there's going to be mistakes.
You're completely right. There are times where you look and go, a prevalent journalist will go, that's the worst decision ever. How'd they get that wrong? And another person will go, oh, that's a clear as day try. You're like, which is it? It can't be both. We're watching the same thing, 50-50. But no, you're exactly right.